Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk, Thinking Right, out here in the lab. I'm back in the book. I got a nice little lesson for you today. Just going to break down a few things, hopefully give you a better understanding of what we do when we talk about virtues. This is the science of virtues. Let's go. Wrighteousness, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of, enlightenment. Right think is way of life. Wow. Through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get it together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through? Yeah, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes or think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and always too. Mayat be true. Speaking of Mayat, right thinkers, let's talk about the science of virtue, but that falls under the chapter of Mayat, virtue and order. Those are two things that Mayat represents. The first lesson I let go because I done did that before. So a lot of stuff I hate repeating stuff like that. But this is, you see the hat? You see the triangle? You see the triangle? This is the Mayat philosophy's triangle. You got God, you got male and female. The goal is to combine the male and the female and to reach status of godliness within yourself as an individual, male or female. Y'all both have the same rights to get to become what? God-like, if you put in the work. That's the name of this game. And Mayat teaches you with lessons and virtue concepts about what you should do to reach that level. The 42 professors of Mayat, I did that a few times. I'm really 42 about, but if there's a lesson there, I'm gonna give it to you. But let's go with this one. The science of virtues. Virtues is qualities that you can use and profess for yourself. Your soul is a prisoner of its own ignorance. In this condition, it is what we call fettered. It's going to constantly do things that's going to cause its own problems within the chains of ignorance to an existence where it has no control over its fate in life. When you fall victim to the ego, you are along for the ride. They tell you or explain to you your emotions, your feelings, they are good, your passion, those are good servants, but bad leaders, not good masters. Why? You don't want them to lead you. Emotions are fickle, okay? Passion is driven. So those are things that you don't want in control of your thinking process. It would cause a bunch of problems. And what's this? The purpose of each fetter is to remove the purpose of each virtue is to remove one's fetter. Get better, know yourself, know better and do better. What's going on my screen? It's looking crazy. I don't know what that's about. More technical difficulties I got to deal with. All right, in that mood right now. Let me just keep doing what I do. All right, that's the Egyptian proverb. When you free your soul with what? Knowledge of self, you become what they call enlightened. And they had a story about passing the test of Mayat. When you pass the feather of Mayat Judgment Day, your name changed to Asar Mark. Okay? I'm part of Asar. And right here it says, as the chakra system in India, those who achieve no higher than the level of third chakras are considered to be people of the same level of consciousness of animal. That's called a beastly nature. So you living below your waist, that's what they're saying. But they will have to reincarnate. Why? In order to further evolve beyond that stage. You can't leave until you get it right. So keep coming back. And upon reincarnating, now they will once again have the possibility of confronting life situations, gaining experience to what? To wake up, to know themselves, which will afford them the opportunity to perform what we call right action. Right action leads to right feeling and right thinking. I love that. Right feeling and right thinking leads one to correct or right being, which is the goal of all beings, mainly right thinkers, is to be what we really are. And what is that? One with God. Knowing thyself, that's becoming one with God. But the work you have to put in, the virtues, these are the lessons. I'm going to take it right here about the virtues. Virtues are practiced. Why? To promote peace of mind and body, aka we call it Hotep, supreme peace. When you find that space in your life where you can go to meditate, the place you get your peace and calm from, and when you do it on a daily basis, after a while, it's easy to go there. You don't have to stop. You can just go right there. Just put yourself right in that spot. I'm learning how to do that. That's what I'm saying. That. And it works. Okay, you can do it whenever you want. Decide to turn it off and on. All right, that's power over what? The mind to what? Do what you needed to do. Focus. Concentrate. Okay? Peace of mind promotes daily study and listening. I study to learn. I listen to learn. Why? Those are two things that you can acquire, that you can use to get information. Studying and listening promotes self-reflection. The more you study, you learn a little bit about yourself, try to incorporate that in your stuff. And the more you listen, the more you hear about knowledge and advice from somebody who knows what they're talking about, you start to implement, you start reflecting on yourself. How can I make myself better? Self-improvement is making you the best you can be. Everybody don't aspire for that. So everybody don't do it. So those who do, that's what it's for. But when you're reflecting on life, and your teachings allow your mind to be concentrated, meaning meditate, stay focused, and stay on your course of what? Spiritual enlightenment, gaining knowledge of self, putting the work in that you need to do, study the things you need to learn, implement the things that you learn, and make sure that they work for you so you are on the right track to get what? Self-knowledge, aka self-mastery. Making the mind, this is my favorite right here. Making your mind and body still. In the Bible, God tells you, still yourself, know that I am God. He didn't put a few things in there that might got your attention. Like what? Concentrating of mind allows meditation to occur. He didn't say meditate. He just said still yourself. Okay, they get still. What they gonna do? That's what meditation occurs. When you still yourself, you have that peace and calm. Now you go into what we call the meditative state. Okay? But meditation, again, allows the experiencing of what we call increasing levels of awareness from within, beyond the regular state of waking consciousness, leading you to experiencing of what we call cosmic consciousness, complete freedom of what? Ignorance, your ego self, what controls you if you let it. If you got control of the ego, you're free now to be your best self. It won't harm you. It won't stop you. Why? He's at your service. You tell him what to do, and he'll work for you hard than anybody else. Okay? That's the concept. That's the dog that's in you. Oh, he's a fighter. The ego, he ain't gonna, that's what they call the devil. He don't give a damn about God. He fight God every day. He fight the prophets every night. He don't care. He just fight. That's the devil. That's the ego, okay? But practicing daily your virtues and maintaining what we call a life of simplicity. I'm learning that to simplify your life, you take a lot of stuff, people out. They just, victim of circumstance. Well, I don't give a crap. I'm not entertaining none of that. I have no friends. Okay, I got no social life. And nope, don't care. Don't bother me. Don't worry about that. Okay, why? I got less drama. I deal with less gossip. I don't have a whole bunch of outside interference in my life. It's simplicity for me. I love it. And life of simplicity, that opens the way for your spiritual growth by decreasing one's mental agitation from worryings of inordinate worldly concerns and involvement with people that don't mean you any good. To be an environment where you got to fight to express yourself, you got to, that's hard work. That's not going to help you at all. That's too much hard work, okay? But if one maintains their balance in all situations and conditions in life, that's what I tell you about my yacht. I live in a balanced state of mind. That's my yacht philosophy right there. I'm getting to it. There will be no situations that will interfere with your intuition of truth and righteousness for yourself. I'm going to do the right thing. You can cuss me out. I'm going to do the right thing. You can do a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm going to do the right thing. I wasn't always had that state of mind. I just adopted that philosophy, and I'm like, so far so good. It ain't easy, but again, I give you credit when credit. It works. If you practice it, it works. Just thinking about it, knowing about it, don't mean nothing. But now, when you have your truth and your righteousness, or in achieving what we call mental calmness, that's the meditative state of mind. When you do that on the regular, when you put that in your daily routine life, you won't carry nothing with you. Why? You erase all that nonsense. You throw it all away. Why? It ain't doing you no good. If it has no use for you, don't even think about it. Don't worry about it. Why worry about something you can't control? That's the first thing. I hear people complaining about a whole bunch of stuff that I'm saying to myself, why you even worry about that? Why that your concern? Sorry. But this is the way to what? To the top of the pyramid. You have to work. You have to put your work in. Never mind what somebody else doing or ain't doing. You need to put your work in. Why? When you get up here, then you've done your job. And when you get there, you can relax and take a look around. When I got there, I saw my dude. Ain't seen nobody else, but I'm good with him. So I'm comfortable where I am in that position spiritually. But the top of the pyramid means to be awakened, to be enlightened, okay? Here we go again. Feelings, which are generated by the ego. Emotions, also generated by the ego. Passion, also ego. All are good, servants. The ego is a hell of a servant, but poor masters. If your ego is running you, you got problems on a regular basis. Every now and then you might hit a lick, you might get something, but it's continuous drama. That's what the ego does. It's uncouth. It don't have the wherewithal to control itself. You have to do that, okay? I keep telling you, he's that guy that will do anything for you, but just don't put him in a position of nothing other than tearing or doing something destructive. That's all. Moving on. If he's the fighter, it's the fight. Yo, my man, I don't do the fight. He do the fight. All right? But when you given into hate, emotion, ego, vengeance, again, emotions, ego, these things will lead to your undoing of your body and your spirit. You're causing your own demise. As my man Sadi Guru said, being mad or setting the vengeance on somebody else, like picking up hot coal and throwing it at them, expecting to hurt them. Think about it. Okay. This means to control one's passion. They say passion. I say ego. Why? The ego is pure passion, emotion, and anything that's negative. That's why. It's the opposite of God. It's why. It is God out. There's no God in the ego. You got to bring that to his attention or to put him in a position to work for you. Other than that, he going to wild out. Moving on. And control one passion. What that mean? That means to master. That means to what? Master one's own fate in your life by doing the things you need to do to reach the level of spiritual enlightenment that you need to have for yourself. Study daily the teachings, implement them by what? Practicing them and maintaining, most of all, self-control. Once you reach the level of mastery over your emotions, your concepts of evil, whatever, you become a different person, a better person. Vengeance is mine, say the Lord. Let him take care of the evildoers. That's not your job, okay? Vigilantes, not good, trust me. No matter how you feel about it. And they always show you, they take a bad guy who stopped being bad, turn into a good guy. And what they do, they give him reason to go back and be bad. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love the visual. The guy, you killed my daughter, raped my wife. Oh, I'm about to do work to any and everybody that come in my way. We love them type guys. We love them. Like, give them a reason to be bad again. We love bad guys. See, that's the thing. All right, moving on conceptually. But when you study and you practice the teachings and you master self-control, now you realize silence and meditation are things that you do on your time. I don't have no time, no problem being by myself. Why? I can meditate, I can read, I can study, I can do a whole bunch of things by myself that I worry about being bored. So if you're by yourself and you're in bad company, what that say about you? If you can't amuse yourself, you can't entertain yourself, you are a sad case. That's just a fact. And I ain't trying to be personal, but that's just a you problem. You might want to work on that. That's all. Moving on. Never go to extremes with anything, be it good or bad. No, balance. Too much anything ain't going to be good. Understand that. And when you go, never go to extreme with anything. For what? For one extreme only leads to what? Another. So you're getting deeper. You're going the wrong way, so to speak, and it's encouraging you to keep going, so you're going to keep going. Always strive for, in all things. That's these two sides in your brain hemisphere, you're supposed to use them in simultaneously and together in harmony to make better decisions. Why? If you just use one side, it thinks one way. The other side thinks another way. They both should be coordinated, so you're thinking as one. See the triangle? See that? Okay? When you got conscious, when you become God conscious, when you start living and doing things, and your life all of a sudden seems to be just good, that ain't by accident. Okay? That's the old reap what you sow. When you put good work in, you get good in return. When you're doing sneaking, deceitful stuff, you can't expect good things in return. What we did, ignorant us. All right, here we go. Let me wrap this up for you. Now, where we at? Okay. And you do things, always strive for balance in what? All things. Why? Moderation and equanimity in all events in your life and situations are the deeper implications of what the scales of Mayat really represent. Keeping the balance. In this manner, what's this? The inner peace that will allow you, the quieting of your mind will occur for you to meditate. And in this quiet time, now it is possible for you to what? Discover your own deeper self. And this is the meaning of the ancient admonition. Now make thy body still. Meditate. That's the part that the Bible didn't put in. Meditate that you will know the truth. Y'all say, still yourself, know that God, I ain't got here. But why are you stilling yourself and what's making you know God? Meditating on God. Focusing and concentrating on your higher self. That's what they didn't put in the Bible. For all y'all Christians who learn how to meditate, y'all better Christians. Why? Y'all getting higher communion with God like it's supposed to be. Y'all ain't on the belief thing. Y'all on the communion, so y'all already know for yourself. That's why I respect those who do it. Understand? That's the difference. Just believing don't get nothing done. Put the work in, and you reap the benefits. That's why those who do it, that's why they do it. Mayat means, again, achieving harmony, aka enlightenment. How? Through the union of opposites, male, female. We get together, we can procreate. That's the Ankh, the key of life. The womb, where life comes from. Everybody born from a female comes from the womb. That's the symbol. And the phallus is the female, the male part that goes into the female. And the offspring, either male or female, boy or girl. That's life. That's the key of life. We knew that 10,000 years ago. When y'all playing this game, if you've been in any train lines, you know the rule, we don't cross swords. You know what I'm talking about, okay? That's a no-no. This is two male swords. That's death. Why you think that's, yeah, stretching and fall, yeah, that's death. So, just want to make that point, symbolism with that point. And the Ankh is the key of life. That's really different. But when you can make the opposites come together and work in harmony, this is the philosophy that I live by. I'm taking it home because I want you to get this concept. Mayat is the philosophical concept of living a righteous life of truth and virtue, righteousness. Mayat represents an exposition of virtuous rules that govern us, 42 negative confessions, that living by which one may exist in harmony with what? Fellow humans and all creation. Practicing that, mastering that, put me in a whole different place in how I deal with anybody and everything in my life. Why? I know who I am. I can conduct myself in a rightful manner and help others if they choose to. That's why I teach. They who are able to utter these confessions in the affirmative at the end of their earthly life. That's their judgment day, 42 confessions. And they tell you, I have not, I have not, I have not. And they got 42 judges to work and watch over every one that you say you haven't. They had to there to co-sign it, to back it up. Okay, so just ripping off, no, it ain't gonna work. Don't work that way. And what happens? When your earth life, now you may look forward to the help of who? Of God and God's assistance. Y'all call them angels, we call them netters, goddess and God, demons, negative, saints, etc. But in remembering, ding, 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 and remembering and recovering their true essence with the raised consciousness, with knowing thyself, practicing, becoming anointed with knowledge and understanding of the developed and controlled personality mind, aka conquering one's ego self. Reaching Haruhood, we called it, okay? But the scales of Mayat imply balance, but balance to create by whom and for what reason? Good question. I'm ending up on this one. Answer that question. From the pure consciousness, which is God, comes the other two, male and female. So now there can be what? An actual interaction between the three, which are really one. I was one, I became three. Gave that lesson about that a long time ago. But this principle of duality, male and female, is present throughout all manifestations in the phenomenal world, aka we call it nature, including the human bodies. In each of us, not some, not most, in each of us, there is a male and female aspect in consciousness. I told you, I just showed you the concept with the Left side being female, right side being male. That's how the brain is structured. The body, as above, so below. So you got split. And as a Mason, we would have to check your left side. Make sure you're okay. Okay? The original way was we draw trial. 2-ball cane. Okay, we good. Now they did a little more respectful. So they do it with the neck and left breast. All right. But when you're dealing with the chakra system, you got from 5 to 7. That represents what we call the female aspect, the caring, the nurturing, the creative part. That's the softer part. That's the easygoing part that gets you to the next level of consciousness. Energy centers, while your first three represents what? The masculine, your lower level, where it's all about me, survival, sexual preservation, and what? Wanting to control and manipulate. That's lower level. That's beastly nature. And man, just like the beast, acts on that level. So that's why the third level, you see, I'm at biting the scales, because if you didn't get that far, okay, you're done. Redo over again. And if you reach the 4th level, that puts you in the ball game. Now you're going to be judged by how you did. But if you ain't get there, you ain't even in the ballpark. That's the concept. But the scales are to let you know, balance your thinking, balance your harmonize your body. If a person thinks they're a man in a woman's body, they're psychologically wrong. The conscious wrong. Why? It's half and half. If you're male, you have plumbing outside. If you're female, the plumbing is inside. Ain't nothing else. So all this question, no, please don't waste your time with that nonsense. It ain't but 2 things, male and female. So therefore, in order for creation to even exist, the one truth must appear to be what? More than one. He had the ability to give life from the male part, the semen, and he has the ability to receive it as a female. So he was the 1 and 3, male and female at the same time. That's the concept. Okay, that's why you answer that. I'm going to end right there because I got another page information. And I guess we're going to slide on into the 42 confessions. So here we go again. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got another one coming up for you right after this one. So in closing, right thinkers, may y'all live to be 100. Be 100 miles a day. So I never know my right thinkers who starting to realize how this thing is done, living virtuous and practicing my philosophy, get you into heaven and passed away. That's the way to go. Trust me.